So imagine that a family member or a loved one that you care about is having a baby. Now that's a pretty big and exciting deal to most people. So after they have the baby, they do the initial testing. You come to find out that the baby has cystic fibrosis. Now, you may be asking, what is cystic fibrosis? Because chances are you've probably never heard of it. And today, I'm going to teach you what cystic fibrosis is. I'm going to teach you what it does to the human body, how it is acquired, and the treatment options in daily life of someone with cystic fibrosis. The reason I know so much about cystic fibrosis is because my youngest brother Holden has the disease, and with that, me and my family have been assigned his natural caretakers, so we all know quite a bit about it. First, you're going to find out what CF is and how it affects the human body. CF primarily affects the pancreas and lungs. A person with CF sweats like any normal person, but what happens is the salt that they sweat does not get reabsorbed back into their body through their skin. What the salt does in the body is it helps to break down mucus and keep it thin and liquidy so our body can easily get rid of it. Without having that salt, the mucus gets thick and sticky, and that causes problems in organs and the airways of the body. What it does to the pancreas is it gets into the pancreas and it plugs it up so it can't release the enzymes that our body uses to break down and absorb the nutrients out of food. This makes it very hard for a person with cystic fibrosis to gain weight. What it does to the lungs is the mucus plugs up the airways and the lungs, which can lead to a cough and decreased lung function. Next, I will explain how the disease is acquired. CF is acquired through genetics. What happens is there's a mutation in the CFTR gene. Both parents have to carry the recessive version of this gene and pass it down to the child in order for them to have cystic fibrosis. Now the interesting part about this is that in my family tree, on my mom and my dad's side, someone had to have either had cystic fibrosis or been a carrier of it, and we don't know about that until my youngest brother was born with it. According to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation website, there's a 25% chance the child will be born with cystic fibrosis, a 50% chance the child will be a carrier and not have cystic fibrosis, and there's a 25% chance the child will not be a carrier and they will not have cystic fibrosis. Now I'm going to show you the treatment options and what the disease and what the daily life of someone with the disease looks like. So first off, we have this vest machine here. So he puts this vest on and you go in here and you choose the setting, and this vest inflates, and what it does is it beats and it vibrates on his chest and back with the goal being to break up that mucus and help them cough it up and remove it from their body. So he does the vest treatment twice a day in the morning and night for 30 minutes. With his vest treatment, he does nebulizers that are like this. The mask goes over their face, you put the liquid in here, and it nebulizes it into their lungs and their body. He does 2 of these nebulizers each time he does his vest, and he does one nebulizer for the first 15 minutes of the vest and another nebulizer for the second 15 minutes. Now also what he does is he has doctor's appointments in the cities with a pulmonologist every 3 months. So what they do is they go up, they test his lung function, they check his weight, they make sure that his lungs are healthy and that he is gaining weight like he's supposed to. And then they test his blood just to make sure everything looks good, and they also discuss further treatment options and what they can do to help improve his life. And so with that, he takes these enzymes, they're called Creon, and these replace the enzymes that he can't get from his pancreas to hopefully help him break down and absorb the food. He takes 5 of these with every meal he eats, and they help him to break down and absorb the nutrients out of his food. Now, I did some research on the newest medications that come out, and according to the FDA.government website, we have Trikafta, which was produced in 2019, and is now one of the largest treatments to help increase lung function. And he takes these every day at morning and night. Now also, I found out that in 2015 from the website drugs.com that they produced Orkambi, which is a medication he used to be on, but now he is not, as Trikafta has taken its place. In conclusion, you can see there's no easy or simple way to deal with this disease. It affects many parts of the body in many diverse ways, and with that, it leads to the person being more prone to illnesses and more prone to having a cough and these illnesses possibly harming them. There are numerous treatments and medications that have been produced and that are still being worked on to this day. Now, having cystic fibrosis is not a death sentence. According to cysticfibrosis.com, in 1990, the average life expectancy of a person with the disease was 30 years old. Nowadays, that number has moved closer to 50, and with all the new research and medications that are coming out, the possibilities are endless. From my experience, with enough caring and love, we can give these people a normal and very fulfilling life.